Welcome to the Art in Public Places meeting. Let's call the meeting to order and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You're going fast. Thank you. We have some minutes. If someone would like to make a motion for approval, or are there any comments?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any comments? Yes, sir?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay. Any disclosures of conflicts of interest? Nobody? We're on to new business, Art in Public Places, Arts Fest 2025 recap.
All right. Naomi Lopez, Office of Community Development. I am a specialist, so I'm here to present the Arts Fest 2025 recap. So Arts Fest happened in February 8th and 9th last month. It was a great turnout. So here's our team. We had Elise, Susan, Joy, and myself. Jana's not pictured here. You'll see her in the next picture. But at our booth, we had our surveys, we had inventory posters, we had a tour with Martha Passport, which I'll talk about more later on. We had some art materials that we had for our artists, marketing materials, and our new AIPP brochures. So here's some pictures that I have. On the left is our mascot, Larry. Elise is talking. So we had him there. And then, here's the other picture with Jana on the right. So we had a call to artists for the Martin County Centennial Murals. The purpose for mural for the vision of Martin County 100 years from now. We advertised with the call to artists on the right. Here's the flyer. It talked about what we were looking for, deadlines on how to apply and where to go. So the 3 applicants that were selected are here in front: Ashley Gutierrez, Caroline Nolan, Eden Hazlip. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Travel with Martha. So the purpose for Travel with Martha was to have each of the community come to our booth, grab a passport, and have them go to each of the artists and speak to them, talk about what the inspiration of their mural was, or how they came about with the idea of their inspiration. As they go to each of the artists, they would get a stamp. And they come back, once they collect all 3 stamps, they'll come back to us and we'll give them a prize. And they got a chance to vote for their favorite artist mural. So this is the front where it says Travel with Martha. The front and the back is just our Art in Public Places information. So this is Caroline's. This is the final look for hers.
That's cool.
This is Eden's. And this is Ashley's, our winner. So this is a People's Choice winner, Ashley Gutierrez.
People voted during the
Yes.
fest. Uh-huh.
We did have a AIPP survey going on. You can either vote through a QR code, or we had pen and paper for the people that couldn't do it on their phones. So here's some more pictures. And that's it. Does anyone have any questions for me?
Looks like it was a great event. You guys look great, and the whole idea of the passport
Yeah.
sounded like it was kind of fun.
How many did she win by? Was it a landslide?
I think it was quite narrow, actually.
Yeah,
Good.
I thought the first one was pretty cool with the kind of
Yes.
curvy thing. Yeah.
Naomi did a great job with the passport. She designed it, and that was all her idea, so
Nice.
we loved
Was
it.
that adults? Was it adults and kids doing the passport? Yeah, cool. Great.
Naomi?
Thank you. Okay, next item is the temporary public art opportunity.
Okay, so Elise Raffa, Community Development Coordinator. In the last few months, we've had the global project manager for the artist Gillian Mark approach primarily Susan first, and then passed it on to me. If you're not familiar, they're pretty world famous for their hybrid animal-human-like sculptures, and they had a big installation in London of all the animals in the safari that are soon to be extinct on a bicycle, and they're all over the place. So what's neat about these artists and us being approached is that they don't want to show their art really anywhere, and they were interested in Martin County, and I had given them some location opportunities with like a Google Earth view of places maybe we could have one of their pieces. So this piece in particular, we thought they had a small collection we could look at, and I thought, Susan and I thought this would be so fun for our area because because we live in Florida.
Great.
Windy day.
So here's one image. Let me see if I can pull up the other one quickly. Where was that other one? Well, okay, I'll just leave it. Huh?
I think if you just scroll down.
Did you oh, okay. Well, anyway, I can pull up the other one, but you get the gist of it.
Yep.
So with this piece, it is retails for $132,000, which is a lot of money. And this is tiny in comparison to some of their other works that are like, can't even comprehend. So this piece we could loan for a year for $33,000. And then we would get the option after the loan to purchase it for half the price. And the loan of the $33,000 applies towards the purchase price. So with all of this, we were thinking of ways to art in public places, maybe partner with a CRA or someone privately or with the city of Stewart to bring this piece here. The project manager for Gillian Mark were really, I showed them the patio, I showed them the Riverwalk area. We even thought Jensen Beach or Hope Sound could be a really fun place for this. And so more or less, I just wanted to get your feedback if this is something we would be interested to continue to pursue with the understanding it is a loan, but it is a world-famous artist, and they actually have only 4 pieces in Florida, 2 of which are in South Beach, I think 1 in Ocala and 1 in Tallahassee. So we thought it'd be a great opportunity and just wanted to see if you all think I should chase this rabbit, literally.
Ask them to donate it.
Can you scroll up a little bit? I can't see the dimensions on it.
Oh, sure, so
Thank you.
here we go. And they only created 6 of this piece.
I love it. I think it's cool.
Right, it's quite fun.
I definitely think you should pursue
Have to
it.
be somewhere where hurricane,
Well, we would work with an install team and have that all put in place.
Big base on it.
They definitely are looking for more high-traffic areas, and
So back down to the bottom, was it 85 inches? Is that what it is?
7 foot.
yes, about 7 feet, 780 pounds.
I would go.
Let me see if I can pull up the other photo, though, that Susan had attached. Here we go. So you get a better. Here we go. See it in a less urban setting. But we thought it'd be great for just,
I would go to a chamber of commerce and see if big companies in the chamber, they wanted to become in a partnership with us. And, I mean, that's pretty expensive, even for rent. And a lot of this corporation, they want to put it in front of their companies, something like that.
I see we have a speaker at the podium.
Yeah.
Would you like to say something?
State your name.
2 cents. So this is a great opportunity, like Elise said, and I think chambers of commerce could be another good partnership opportunity. But we were thinking as well of some of the private development that's coming in that's huge. For example, Rio Marine Village, Riverlight and Jensen. These are folks who want to have, something like this in their development because they want people to come. I mean, this is the perfect selfie opportunity. I mean, come on. Rabbit Woman and Dog Man, look at them.
The guy in Hope Sound is on the corner of Lars and Bridge. He's got that development right there at that intersection. It's a pretty high.
So we would like to be able to go and vet out some of these possibilities. So we're just asking if you would allow us to do that, and we'll bring it back to you in terms of, you know, a deal, hopefully.
You got my blessing. That's the ideal I had, because
And I mean, in order for us to do this by loan, I mean, purchasing it is really the next logical step because,
For 50,000, right? Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, like 66,000, but that's half of, the
And you're
132.
Yeah.
paying the 30 anyway, so you
Yeah.
have another 30.
and if it's with, it does go to a, say, near a private development, of course, we'd have to vet that with the artist, but if it did, then they could buy it. So there's lots of, I think, different ways to go, lots of opportunities.
no, I go after that guy in Rio who said they're going to pay for the art, and they changed their mind.
He didn't change his mind.
Did too.
So do you need a motion to move forward?
Yeah, let's do that.
Anyone want to make a motion?
Motion to move forward.
Second.
Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Go get it.
Awesome.
board picture.
Bring it to Hope Sound. I want to see it in Hope Sound.
Right, it's so fun. I just thought it was a riot.
What is that made out of?
Bronze.
Yeah, all cast, yeah.
No.
Oh, it's
You know, that's in front of a lake, you know, and we've got two over there in Palm City.
Yeah, buy a vet office.
I've got a roundabout with 4 pieces of rebar that would fit really nice on.
Oh.
Does that price include installation? I mean, do they bring it over here and set it
So
up?
the loan would be inclusive of their insurance and the shipping of that. And they have a whole PR package that they would be putting out on their end if we had it.
Who sets it?
We, depending on who we partner with, we would, but it's fairly, other than we check, right, Susan, for like wind load.
Footing
it
and
didn't-
4 bolts.
It didn't really have much of a big install requirement.
Okay,
Yeah, we'd probably have to do the structural engineer thing
Yeah.
of course you would.
and maybe put a cement pad, well, the county.
Don't forget the
probably,
permits.
You know,
Volunteer if you come to Hope Sound.
there we go.
I love it.
That salesman.
It's up in the ante.
Use up.
Okay, next item, thank you. That looks great.
Thank you.
Next item is old business, or in public places program project update.
Okay, so the Manatee Pocket Mooring Field Upland Facility, we finished our call. We had 9 eligible artist applications that, followed the rules and lived in the region, XYZ. So we're really excited about that. So the next step is creating a subcommittee. And in our program manual, you all appoint our subcommittee members aside from county departments. Those are department directors that make those appointments. So here's my chart here. These are the positions that need to be filled. So I would ask and to make a motion or where did I write? I'm asking you to make a motion to appoint the following. So in lieu of an architect, landscape, and engineer, that we have artist Mia Lindberg take that position. She's familiar with Port Salerno. The last project in Salerno was her project. She works in mosaics. She has a great relationship with us. And then for the community representatives, we thought as staff that Karen Warden of the NAC could be an option, Leonard Lee of the Port Salerno NAC, Terry Davis, who is a Park Drive resident, and Kim Singleton, also a Park Drive resident, be considered. So if you all want to.
Make a motion
Those people?
to approve these people.
Are all those people were involved with that? With the mural and signage?
A little bit more on the.
So we're looking just for one person from the NAC, one person from the community. Those, we just came up with the few folks that we thought would make good representatives. And Terry, what's her last name?
Davis.
Davis. So Terry Davis was really involved in the mooring field going up, what it was going to look like. She's a Park Drive resident, so she looks at that every single day. She's also, to boot, a landscape architect. So she, I think, would be a fantastic choice, very knowledgeable in her own realm, and I think would have a really good feel for what the Park Drive residents would like to see there. And then an NAC representative, I was going to see, Jamie, if you had any particular possibilities. We kind of thought Karen, Mike Warden would be great because she's been around a long time and I think also represents the community well. And I think Leonard Lee, being new, would be an interesting choice as well.
That's tough. That's a tough one. I definitely say Mia for sure
Yeah.
for the mosaics, because she has done a wonderful job there in Port Salerno. That's a tough call. And then the resident that lives there, what's her name?
Terry Davis.
Terry.
And we have Kim Singleton down as well. He was also really involved in the whole mooring field community aspect of it. So we thought if Terry couldn't do it, we would ask Kim if he was interested in
And with her
taking that.
background.
She's kind of perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I would recommend her.
We did think of you for the NAC member, but you sit on this board, so we were like, oh, yeah, no, can't do that.
I don't know. That's a tough one between Karen and Leonard Lee.
I had some.
Well, we could ask Mike and see if she was interested. She might not be. I mean, I don't know. We just came up with those two as good possibilities.
Yeah, yeah. Ask her and then see.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. Because I think she'd be really.
Everybody
Yeah,
needs
you want to
to.
move forward? Somebody want to make a motion to move forward with these recommendations?
Doesn't he?
I made the motion. Yeah, I'm renaming people all the time, honey. You better be careful. So Mia definitely for the mosaics. And then it's, let's ask Karen
We'll ask Karen.
and see if she's willing to as an NAC representative. And then our community representative.
Terry Davis.
Davis.
Thank
That's my
I'll
motion.
second that.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Great.
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you. And so moving right along, the Hope Sound Public Library, General Services and Growth Management have finalized the permits for documentation. Yay. So the admin at library is waiting for the pre-construction meeting. They're going to iron out the definite start time and the length of the project. And then once that's all together, we'll meet again, but they're hoping to start early April. So yay. We'll have our book benches come to life and our mural call go out. So that's really exciting. And that was our two big projects right now going on. So
Great.
that's all I have there.
Thank you. Any members of the public want to speak? Doesn't look like it. Any staff members? Any comments?
Question. The benches you're getting for Hope Sound Library, have you picked those out?
So we were having Printera. I don't know if you remember Justin.
Yes. I was wondering if they were going to get the,
So once we knew when this was moving along, then we were going to get the green light going to have them created. I'm hoping to get a GoPro or something in there to do a time lapse of them being printed.
right,
That'd be so, right?
That'd be good.
Super fun.
3D printed.
Nice. Okay. Any other member comments? Staff comments?
I have two things, Mike. So the mosaic benches and artistic bike racks, talking with Jordan and Susan, the Rio NAC voted during their January 23rd meeting to use neighborhood enhancement funds along with the donation from the Civic Club, Rio Civic Club, excuse me, to pay for the 5 additional benches. That was the update that I got. And then lastly, Martin Arts applied recently for a $100,000 grant with the Impact 100 group. I don't know if you're familiar, but in a nutshell, there are 500 women in the community that each donate $1,000 annually to give out $100,000 grants. So they really were interested in doing an art project this year, which is exciting. So they made it through the initial round of being, I think, one of 15, and Susan and I sat in on a site visit team where 15 of the ladies came to talk to us about the project and learn more about it. And so Nancy found out that she is a finalist, so we're really excited, and I just wanted to show you her video so you get an idea of what this project is about. And of course, she identified Art in Public Places and the Office of Community Development as partners. And so here it is.
Should we begin? Should we paint the pavement? Make the colors shine so bright. Let the city streets come alive beneath our feet. A work of art. Yes, we should begin. We should paint the pavement. Make the colors shine so bright.
Hi, I'm Nancy Turrell, Executive Director of Martin Arts, and we are just so excited about this painting pavement project. It integrates so many of the things that we have long fought for and supported in this community, integrating arts into the fabric of our community. This transformational project will put artists, community members, students together, creating amazing new installations of art where we walk, crosswalks, pedestrian zones, making things safer along the way. It will bring people together, creating something that they can be proud of, and we just couldn't be more excited for the opportunity.
Love it. That's going to be
The
good.
Martin County Office of Community Development has long partnered with Martin Arts because we have a shared goal, and that goal is to make Martin County a more vibrant and connected community. Art and community development are natural partners, and our most recent collaboration with Martin Arts, the Ripple Stormwater Eco Art Project, perfectly demonstrates the transformative power of this partnership. With extensive community engagement, this artist-led project received 2 grants from the National Endowment for the Arts. Building on the success of Ripple, we are super excited to support Martin Arts as they apply for an Impact 100 grant to launch the Painting Pavement program. This initiative will activate public spaces by transforming crosswalks, sidewalks, roadways, and other infrastructure into engaging artistic experiences, promoting pedestrian safety and inspiring a sense of belonging and community pride. Thank you for your consideration.
So just wanted to share that so you got a better sense of what the project.
How many finalists were there? Do you know?
7.
Oh.
So the big pitch is going to be on the 9th of April, so let's
Nice.
fingers crossed. And 5 of the 7 will get $100,000, and then the runners-up will get $10,000 grants or donations. So fingers crossed we can make this happen and be amazing. And that's
Love
it.
Great.
Real quick, back to bike benches and bike racks.
Uh-huh.
When the Rio NAC did approve that, and we were supposed to come here and ask to see if this committee would help to fund that or defray some of the costs. Did we ever figure something out with that?
Susan, do you want to?
I brought it up in January here.
Right.
So Mike did bring that up in January at this meeting, but at the January NAC meeting, they voted to fund it, so.
They voted to fund it pending, again.
Oh, I just read the minutes, so I didn't.
No, they agreed
Sorry.
they did vote to fund it, but they were going to come here and ask for some help in defraying the cost, as opposed to not voting for it at that meeting. They wanted to make sure that it got done, but they wanted to see if the Arts and Public Places Board wanted to partner with them as well.
Well, that's certainly something that you guys can discuss. I don't know what the cost is for the 5 of them.
Total's 38,000. The
Civic Center's gonna do 6.
Came up with 6, so we were at like 32.
Yeah. That's up to you guys if you feel you want to. We've already funded those in the past. I know Mia does the maintenance, so that's not something that we're responsible for. They are in our inventory. If you want my recommendation, it would be to say no, because Rio has the funding to do it, and I think that Art in Public Places might want to look, this is my thoughts, that the Art in Public Places program might want to look at doing something new.
Any comments?
How, the first ones, who paid for them?
I believe the CRA and, did the Civic Club pay for some at the very beginning? Honestly,
That was a long time ago.
it was.
They may have contributed some money. I mean, they didn't, I'm not sure they paid for an entire
Yeah.
one on their own, but I would have to look. That was,
We would have to look that up. I know that the Rio CRA did pay for some of them. I know that they came into our inventory probably before the latest round of them. So the first 9. The second set, the first 9 came into the inventory years ago, and then the second set automatically. So once Mia doesn't maintain them anymore, Art in Public Places would take that over. But she's so fantastic.
I didn't cite for her, right?
She takes care of all her stuff in the county and doesn't, if she charges us materials again now and then, it's amazing. But those are my thoughts.
Go ahead.
My concern is if we
Discuss.
go with this project we discussed earlier with the rabbit,
30,000.
that's going to be 33,000 possibly, depending on whether you get other support for it. So, I'm not sure exactly how much we have in our budget left, but that's going to take a large part of it if we do that.
I personally think if they approved and it's budgeted for, it's covered,
They have
so
the
they can
funds,
proceed.
So
they'd be
no, we
able-
wouldn't
it
hold it
wouldn't-
up.
okay.
I mean, we could bring the budget back to show you if that's helpful.
This is the Rio NAC.
We could
has
probably pull it up.
the Rio NAC has this is in their budget. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they have a line item for creative placemaking, which is probably what has funded the benches in the past, would be my guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you match the civil, club, we match theirs.
You guys can discuss
I
that.
mean, what do you think? I mean, we could match, they already gave them 6,000, we could give them 6,000, and the rest is up to them.
It's a pretty good compromise.
Yeah, that way we be part of it and just keep everybody's happy.
Any thoughts?
I don't know much about the financial end of this board, so I don't know.
Can we pull it up, Elise? I don't know if we can get into, yeah,
It would be.
Finance.
Oh,
finance,
And we're looking at.
2025.
Yeah. This one right here?
Yeah. Okay, so this would be where you would have the funds. So if you look, you can see the projects that we have now. And in 2025, what we'll be funding already. So you'd have 64,000 left moving into 2026.
And 2 of those projects are unfunded. Utility box.
So far, yes. Yeah. They have not moved forward yet.
And then we're talking about adding the rabbit and the dog man.
Correct. Rabbit woman and dog man.
Let's
And
hope
palm tree.
somebody would
And don't forget the
offset.
palm tree. That's a big part of it.
Yes, the palm tree.
I think Sadia's got a good compromise.
This, really, I think we should really just match the civil,
Oh, we got the
club,
money.
and that way we are part of it and we didn't say no. So that's
other comments?
12,000, how much, they need 38?
How much was I'm sorry, the
38.
palm tree?
oh,
The
33, that was.
Dog
33.
man and-
So the ending balance in 2025 is $43,000.
Yeah.
So the total expenses that we're looking at project-wise is the 64. Sorry, that was my mistake.
Oh.
So you're left with 43,000 that carries over, and then you get your 2026 dollars, which is for your capital, 30,500.
So actually, we
So
could,
then you start out again in 2026 with 73, and then those expenses come off unless we add anything else.
so if the palm tree happens this year, we do that, we can't do both
But without a
this year.
partner.
Right, not
Right.
without a partner.
I think we would need to know if we're going to have a partner.
Well, our goal is to take care of our own, and then the palm tree, whatever, those hurricane guys, I'm sorry. We
So
should look for a
I would
partner.
also say that the roundabout money, I don't know will be spent this year. But I think everything else will. Arts Fest is already done. We will need that signage installation. We always use some piece of that, whether large or small. So,
So
have to
a
come up
couple little bits and a couple of no's, so
yeah, right.
where are we
right.
here? Somebody,
I think I'd be fine with the 6.
I agree.
you
Yeah,
want-
we have to compromise, and besides, that's our community. We gotta help.
And then we'll get a partner for the.
we'll get a little bit, Mike.
Yeah. Look at that partner for the palm guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we have to find somebody with the big money to come with the palm guy.
That's right.
You know, Palm City, Palm,
Palm guy, Palm City.
Okay,
I'm loving this competition. Fabulous.
whoever
Well,
wants
that,
in their
we,
community
what we're
should
looking
come up
at
with
for
the
that one
money.
was El Camino.
you want to make a,
You want to make a
I'd
motion,
love to.
Cynthia?
Okay, I make a motion to give them a grant from us for 6,000, match the civil, the crop.
Rouse Civic Group. Second?
I'll second it.
Anybody want to discuss it any further? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, great.
All righty.
Thank you.
Yep. Any other staff comments? Anybody else? Let's adjourn. Thank you very much.
We made it to church.